Now it's online. I just turned it on. You can now do all three. You just hit stop. So it's the multiple outputs thing here. Just hit stop. So just there's randomly a select. Yeah. Unless you want me to just unclick these. So you just manually have to start the one YouTube. Yeah. That's not too terrible. So Twitch and YouTube will always be connected. But if you want to do art, you gotta turn on start. Not on. No. And everything should be working correctly. Okay. Thank you. There you go. You got chats for all the things. I pulled up the second YouTube. Yeah. So you can have bigger viewing screen. Now you just. Okay. I mean. Sources just so you can easily access those. And then you have your two YouTubes. It's Twitch. The white square is. There isn't a thing for that. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah. You. You see, your giant mimic is just hiding in here.
Yeah. I have a giant.
Yeah, he definitely trimmed his claws. He's no longer like fucking Velcro. Okay. That's all you have to do.
And then do I have to open the thingy?
These are both through Chrome, so probably.
Am I able to choose?
No. So you got Twitch, you got art channel, and regular YouTube. Yeah. Standard chat OBS, yeah. Whatever your primary is, that's what the OBS chat will be. So yeah, the other outputs, the Twitch and art YouTube. That's just all of the settings. You don't need to touch any of it. I've set them up for you, so. Yeah. Yeah. It's just yes.
But then is there anything else?
That's it. The art one is just a little upset because it's like you're not giving me enough. I'm pretty sure I did. So. Layers mimic crafting, not what I was trying to click on. I was trying to click on this. There you go, so you can see. Yeah, this is your main YouTube. Yeah, that's just for your. That was just a test to see if the microphone picked up on it. Hit buttons correctly. Which is fine. Yep. Yeah. There. It's a lighting. No. Yes, it did. You ready? Yeah. It's using the bar. So zoomed in.
Yeah, I'm just. Okay. It's supposed to be diagonal, but it looks like.
Yeah.
Since it decided to explode.
They sure can't. Yeah. I think it is. See me occasionally going like this or breathing. There we go. Jason.
And then,
Yeah.
everything's actually zoomed in.
Yeah. Hello, Teddy. Yeah, that looks better. You can see a little bit of the writing on the paper.
See individual pieces a bit better. Doesn't look like just
Yeah.
one piece of bland, weird stuff.
Sitting on a river. Skirt. Ah!
Either.
She will be right back. I will not be back. She will be back.
Hello, hello, hello. There we go. I'm assuming that you'll be able to hear me. Hi. I'm sorry for leaving you all by your lonesome for a bit there. I had to run downstairs and grab a drink. But I am making this cute little mimic in a second. Drink some of this drink real quick. Had the top-down camera system before, so if something is awkward, just let me know. Because otherwise I will not know. Speaking of which, this microphone is awkwardly not super sensitive, so if I randomly, it seems like I'm saying something, but you can't hear me, let me know. I'm going to put on some background music that you probably won't be able to hear, but that is okay, because I don't have to worry about copyright that way. Kitten. I have a kitten who's trying to climb up. Yes, baby. You're getting wrapped up in headphones. The headphones wrapped around your legs. There we go. I have a kitten. You can't tell, but there is a tail. um, as you can tell, I haven't started this one just yet, so I haven't fully decided how I want to do this one just yet. I would show off some of the ones that I made already, but I do not have them with me because I gave them to a shop to sell. But I can show a picture. Let me pull it up. Have an idea of what I'm making. Down, I believe the brightness is how it works for cameras to see better. I think that might be too dark. Yeah, it's a little too dark. That's a bit dark. Let's see, just because it is on a phone. But that one's got a split tongue with some teeth. Obviously, the eyes. Let me grab a still picture because it might be a bit easier to see. Should be easier to see. Upside down. Let me flip it the right way for you. Little hard to see. Sorry about that. Let me see if I can turn it the brightness to the perfect sensitivity. There we go. So we got eye, swirly tongue that's a little hard to see, and then some fangs. That's fine. You. Let me turn on timestamps so I can see. I like to be able to know how long ago you messaged, so if I start to miss messages, I can feel bad about it. Let me do it over here as well. I am multi-streaming for once in my whole life. I had my friend come over earlier to help me set that up. There's the timestamp. There we go. But so I am streaming in multiple places. So if you see me responding to a chat message that you don't see, that would be why. Alright, so let me get all the cat hair off of me. I move this keyboard out of the way. I don't need it anymore. Alright, so let us think. So I have a couple of options for how I could start. It just kind of depends on what I want to go for. And if you have any thought processes, any suggestions, feel free to let me know. I may or may not use them. It just depends on what your thought process is. But so some of them I have with like a paper mache base, and some of them I use. I tried using a metal piece, but that was a bit more challenging because clay does not stick to metal. So I kind of had to paper mache the metal, which was awkward. So I'm not going to do that for this one. Let's see. So I do have some paper bits because my dad needed to do like get rid of a lot of paper. So I was like, you know what, I'll take it. I'll use it for paper mache. Sure, why not? So let's see. Let's do I did have a thought process earlier. I don't know if I want to do that for this one or not. I have a uh let's see, where is that right now? I don't know if it's within arm's reach. I have a roll of like fake moss and stuff, so I was thinking I could do like a fun earthy one. Um, but I might save that for next one just because I'm not sure where I set that right now. I think it's elsewhere in a different room at the moment. But then so I'm thinking I'll start with just doing some bottom bits as I normally do because you can't have the inside of the mimic be square. That's boring, you know? Um Anywho, let me grab some of this clay that's a little. I haven't used this clay in specific in a minute. I was using a different clay yesterday, but I left that clay downstairs, I think. Ooh, it's a little hard, this clay, I will say. But that's okay. I just need to get my. I just need to get my water. Let me. There we go. Make that a little bit more moist. Make it to where I can actually do shit. There we go. That's a bit easier. So let me just make this into a nice little thing as I hit the glue that I'm not going to use. I'll put that over there. Grab this. It has a little bit of clay on it. It caused you to leave? What do you mean? Like it kicked you out or something? What happened? It glitched. Oh, that's unfortunate. At least we're back. It's very unfortunate when streaming platforms decide to stop functioning properly. It's very, very helpful. So right now I'm just rounding all of the inner corners and then smoothing it out so that way it looks a little bit more, you know, nice. um, and then I also do need to think of what kind of tongue I want to put in here. I could just put a basic one, a curly one, the forked tongue like that other one I showed. Unsure. Let's do... I think I'm gonna do a big one that curves a bit. I don't know how a good way to show it to you guys. Your internet's bad. Oh, well, that's not good. I was saying, if worse comes to worse, you can always watch it as the VOD. Nice. It's kind of fun. Have like a little like a, what is it called? Like a curved dagger type situation where it's not quite consistent in shape. That could be interesting. Um, take this a little bit more. Gotta make sure that it doesn't crack too much. So just getting a little bit of water there. Make this a bit more shapely. Grab some more. Grab my little tool to make it a bit flatter, a bit faster. You'll be AFK for a bit. That's fine. I appreciate your viewership, regardless. Let's see. I think that looks pretty good. Now let me just flatten this in. I'll put let's see, where is my one tool? I'm not sure where it ended up. Helpful. It's somewhere. Unsure where. Oh, there it is. It's just so hard to see because it's literally just a pointy piece. So I'm gonna just put some lines. I'll put a little bit of clay in the bottom. can do the same thing to this side. Grab nice squishy bits. I just have clay on my hands, so I couldn't respond to you. I'm glad that she likes them. I'm glad that her picky self was happy with them. I was unsure. You're learning at your sewing machine that you've had for a year and it scares you. You know, learning new things 100% can definitely be spoopy. I Oh yeah, let me my hands. Just a moment. I have a thingy on my phone that I'm going to try my best with my clay-ridden fingers to use. Um I'll say, just so we know, I apparently am going to get a phone call in about 20-ish minutes. So I'm going to have to pause when that happens. Let me get all these dry clay off my fingies. Um, I can't find you? What do you mean? Oh, you're over there. I did not look up at the third chat messages. That's funny. Yeah, but I will go ahead and finish connecting this in the meantime, so I don't have to worry about it disconnecting while I'm in that phone call. I just threw that on the floor. Oh, I'll get it later. Since I've still got a little bit of time, I will grab some more clay and make it to where the tongue isn't just smooth, it's got those little lumpies. I see you over there, Bailey, just messaging all over the place. You remind me of Brain when he would send one message on mine, then one message on yours. There we go. Let me scrape some of this clay off my fingers so I can show you what I'm seeing. The silence is palpable. Should I find some DMCA free music to put on in the background so it's not quite so deafening? Cuz I could probably do that. Will you find me some since your fingers aren't covered in clay? That'll save me a couple steps. Sure. Sorry, by the way, I was referring to Bailey if she could, because I know her IRL. If she would find me one. I'm not gonna force you to do that. Sorry about that. But I can show you now that my fingers are a little bit less dusty as fuck. So we have tongue, and you can see our little bumpy in there. There's that. And then I'll put some teeths and stuff in there. I think I brought my let me rinse my hands off real fast so that way I can show you. Yeah. Let me go run and rinse these off real fast. 1 second. All right. Let me. Nate should have some lo-fi DMCA. I'm unsure if it functions properly because I've heard that some things, if you put it on Spotify, it then doesn't function as being DMCA free. But I could always do. I know that Gab uses a yeah, I don't know. I've heard that before. Those like people could do DMCA free stuff. Like I'd heard somebody had done that, and then as soon as they put it onto Spotify, it just didn't function properly as being DMCA. I don't fucking know. I think that Gab did a semi spooky ambiance for when she's doing observation duty. I don't know if it'll fit necessarily for what we're doing, but also it doesn't necessarily not fit for what we're doing. So, let me see. Let me go find it real fast. I'm looking for keyboard. Let's see if she has it on here. Is Skyrim music DMCA free? I mean, because I do have a whole ass playlist of that, which I could do. Let me go. You don't think it's okay? Probably not. Okay, then I won't do that one. I will. You hear Skyrim? I don't know why. Let me add a audio thingy majangy since it doesn't have one on here for the moment. Let me audio capture. Uh, I don't know what noise you're referring to. I think this is what I'm looking for. No, it's not. You hear Skyrim music in your house, but there is no Skyrim music being played. It sounds like you've become an NPC then. Or you've been sucked into Skyrim. This one maybe? Let's see. So. Yeah. It's like, I feel like that might be a little loud. Turn it down a bit over there. Even more. I don't know when, is it still even more in need of being turned down? Because I can't tell. There we go. Okay, we are currently at -30 for that. But we got some semi-spoopy, and with that, I need to go take this phone call, so I will be right back. Hopefully it doesn't take forever, but we'll see. I'll be back. Enjoy the sounds of John Carpenter style retro synth. Alright, y'all bored as fuck, everyone leave. Sorry, that took a minute. Alright, let's see. So, I was over here doing stuff and things. I see that my clay is trying to pop out a little bit. Let me fix that back down. And say if everyone left, that's fine, but if you do exist, feel free to say hi, so I realize you still exist. Alright. Oh, I'm gonna show off the... I don't know if anyone's here, but I was gonna show off the eyes. You're still here just playing a game. Sounds good. Let me make it to where I can actually see your whole message since it's a little cut off at the moment. There we go. Let me grab the other eyeballs. And you're over there as well, I see. But so I have many a fake eyeball. So I've got a brown one. That one's kind of hard to see because it's brown. I've got a green one. And then some other colors. I got like blue and orange and stuff like that. Let's see. Got this one, this one. Any other different colors in my hand? This one. I don't know how many colors I have, but I'm just gonna show off these 5 because it's easier. I got this blue one. A little hard to see because I'm not changing the focus. And then a lighter green. And this is the orangey one. A little hard to see, but I'm not changing the focus. So I have no idea what theme, quote unquote, this one is going for at this particular moment, but those are my options. And I can either do just one eye, I can do 2 eyes, I could do 17 if I really wanted to, but again, I haven't quite decided. But so let's start off grabbing some more of this clay. It's a little bit harder to grab at the edges because it still has the plastic on it. There we go. But so what, any ideas for themes I should do for this one? Should it just be spooky? Should it be, I don't know, anything in specific? Nice. You like the orange? Should it just be a single orange, or should it be multiple? Because it could be like 1, 2, 3. If I really wanted to, I could do more, but I think that 3 would probably be a good max. Because I could do just the one, or just use my other colors because those are the ones that I have currently with me. If I can grab it properly. Do like a one of those situations. We like that. Options, you know? I've been mainly doing once, but I did have a 2 that I made. But 1 is the standard, since they're so tiny. But let me know what you're thinking. I have a nice slab of hand-pressed clay, because I don't feel like trying to roll it out. There we go. Get some water in there so it's a bit easier for it to move around. Take off this little piece for now. I like that you've commented that you liked orange on both chats, by the way. And by both, I just mean two of, because there's actually 3 of them for anyone else who's listening. It's partially a treasure hunt, I suppose, of sorts. You know, can you find all of the chats? I'm connected. You can tell that there's a metal in those twist ties. And let me use one of my big old balls. I got a big ass ball. Helps to make things a bit more smooth. This one's got both a small and a fucking ginormous, my lord. How are you liking your spooky ambiance? I have a slight bulge in my clay here. There's too much. I must make it less. Then put it in the corner, because there's not a whole lot in this corner here. Get this clay out of my hinge. That would be good. So that way I can actually close the box. That would be good. How about Zuchi? But so what are we thinking? Just one orange eye? I think I'll put him in a minute. I might just do the... I don't know, I'm conflicted. I don't know if I want to do the eye first or the teeth first, but I think I'll do the eye first. Just because depending on what ends up happening with the teeth, it could end up being difficult to reach the eye underneath it. Potentially. Keep that little piece wet over there until I end up using it eventually. Alright, so it looks like this is a bit more, so I'm gonna go use that piece here. There you go. Look at where it's a little bit less of a corner. So I want a kind of big up teeth, but it might be easier just to do down teeth. Just have a two fang again. That might be easier with this tongue placement. I think I'll have the next one be like it's like the oops only marshmallows, but instead it's just oops only teeth. Just because I haven't done that with the small chests just yet. I've done that as a bigger chest. I'm just getting all the dust off my hands, by the way. Let's see. So I want play, I guess. Long story short. I think I'll need a little bit more. Maybe. Identical-ish balls. But it's a little bit less dry. There is too much dry clay dust from earlier over there. Just making sure that wasn't a notification I needed to care about. But it was not. Not something I need to worry about right at this moment, at least. I can worry about it later. This looks like a talon. Rawr. But to the tooth. We'll go hereish. I just have to confirm sizes and such. But I will shape it into a shape I want a little bit more first before slapping it in there to confirm if it closes. Always have to move your hinges just because I got some clay in the hinge earlier. Gotta make sure it still closes. Don't want it to dry. Alright, let's see if me just slapping this in, does this function? It does. It is scraping the bottom just a little bit though, so I'll need to curve it just a bit more. Like that-ish, maybe. Let me flatten the bottom again so I can see if it's making any new holes. Just continue to double check. Seems good. So then let me make this one and see how well I can make it similar to its brother. We'll see how similar the size of this clay ball actually is. Because this seems just a bit smaller, I will say. Myself a little bit more. It's a little odd. I don't know why that was the way that was, but okay. Sorry, I'm just fucking with some, how all of my tabs are currently laid out, so that way I can see everything good. That looks good. That's good. Okay, just wanted to make it where I could actually see things good. Just trying to make sure I see all y'all's stuff. I don't want to miss it. Let's see. Just rolling it at the moment. Sorry, I noticed that that's a little off screen. Nothing super exciting happening at the moment, though. Just slowly making it take the proper shape. And then confirming that it is a good size in comparison to its brother. Doesn't look too bad. Make it a little bit more cone shaped to match. So
Assuming that it wants to function, that'd be good. How are y'all doing? Y'all having fun doing whatever it is you're doing in the background? Because I imagine you're not giving me all of your attention. I'm not doing anything too terribly exciting to give your full attention to. Oopsie. Let me just make a big old gash in my tooth just then. See if that... That's a little too... have that bending the wrong direction and is bending toward the center instead of, you know, the space that it actually has. That's not a tongue. I don't want it to bend into the tongue. That would not be helpful for me. It's good. Let me see. Got a bit of space. Should be good. Alright, so now I've got my little toothies in there. That I'll show off a bit more in a second, but it's not quite in a stable enough position to contort just for the sake of showing it off. So right now I'm just, oopsie, getting a little rectangle, and then splitting it apart prematurely. Let me just get my cute little rectangle that I will use for the, like, gums outline. Because these toofuses are very, large. You know? They are very large and in charge, I would say. Right now I'm just doing a series of folding it in half, so that way it's until it becomes the size and shape I want it to be, basically. And eventually, it will. But not quite. A little bit of liquid on this because it's a, it gets dry as you fuck with it. What am I making? Also, hello, how are you doing? I'm making a little mimic. I will pick it up and show you in just a moment, but the teeth are not quite attached just yet, so you'll have to wait just one moment, and then I will show you. But right now I've got a tongue and some teeths going on. I think that should be sufficient. Let me set this over there. But to answer your question, because I don't think I actually answered it, the title should, assuming that the titles are actually accurate, because there was a bit of an issue with that earlier, the title should be telling you that I'm making a little mini mimic in a box. So it's gonna be a little spooky guy with some toothuses. Let me just, blend this in a little bit. Let me grab the... I'll do some more of that one in a second. Let me grab the other. Nice, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to, I was gonna say I'm going to attempt to, but the only thing stopping me is me. I'm going to attempt to stream making mimics more. So if you ever want to either just have me in the background, give me some suggestions for whatever, color of eye, quantity of eyes, yada yada, whatever you can think of. Up to you on that part. But you can, if you want to, is my point. Hi, cat. You just came barging through my door. Let me get this a little bit more wet. A little bit more wet than I may have needed to, but that water came out just a bit more abruptly than I was expecting, I must say. Let me just join this real fast. I hope you are enjoying the spoopy ambiance in the background. Grab this one, I guess. Help round it out a little bit. Yes, kitten, what do you want? Down, grab this one. Make it to where this blends a little bit better since it is the edge. Yes, cat? I got it. Nothing I need to worry about. Stand on the fucking keyboard. It would be great. You don't have a cat if he's not trying to step on your keyboard constantly, You think that that's just, like one of those things you have to deal with, regardless? Doesn't matter what kind of cat you have? I would say that this, gum is much thicker than this one, so I'm gonna have to try and, make it a bit thicker, just so that way it matches a bit better. Your cat doesn't? Well,
I feel like your cat doesn't jump up onto your station. The thing is that my keyboard is on my bed behind me, so I feel like your cat would step on it if your keyboard was to be in a potentially a dumb spot like that. Get rid of some of the dry clay on the end of this. Have some more clay in these top corners. Just so you guys can see it for now. We've got tongue and some big old toofuses. Hiya. Let me see. Here's mine. Let me see what's happening. I made my my gum is hitting the tooth. Let me move that over just a little bit. Process of moving that, I have moved my tooth a little bit in the way. 1 second, let me fix that. She doesn't like to step on you or the pillows. Well, I don't know. Your cat's weird then. So that way it's still close. Keep that little pile of clay there. See how it's... Sounds like it closes. Also, don't mind all of the clay. It's fine. I'll just wipe off the outside of the box later. Make it to where this is a bit smoother. Like it doesn't look like a tool was just scraping pieces of it off. Doesn't look too bad. See, I push this into the corner a little bit. Just because he is a little bit further out there than he needs to be. Let's put some over there. Patch up this little to slowly come up. See, I missed a couple messages. Let's see, where am I? How many cats do you have? You have 9. Nice. That's a lot of cats. I used to have 4 dogs and 4 cats. I used to. Yeah, now I just got the one kitty. Yeah, it was a tiger brownie. The ones that were shoved in the basement for a very long time, because those were when I was still a wee lad of a child. And so the parents did not make, I would say, the best decision as to where to put them. But that's how that goes, I guess.
go. Saying while you're messing with it, you gotta like push and pull the lid in the different directions to make sure that after you put like glue and shit on there, you actually have space to still close it. So in that situation, I'm going to scrape up a little bit more. Sorry, I smashed the microphone. Counted my... No, I did not, count, Esme and Azula. Those were not the ones I was referring to. Tiger and Brownie didn't have the best of living situation. I think the problem was that, since I was oh so tiny, Tiger once, scratched my entire face. Like, literally the entirety of my face, because he, like, ran over my face while I was laying on the floor. And I think that the parents, may have overreacted slightly and was concerned about, my face. I'm not entirely sure if that's the reasoning, but that is, the first things I think of, at least. I'm not very sure why the gum on this side is so much skinnier. But I guess that's just how it's gonna have to be, since the way that I made the tongue is going to be in the way. 'Cause it, shifts to one side. 'Cause it's more, I don't know, artistic that way, I guess. I'm gonna slowly carve off little bits of this just to make sure that it, fits in here later. Gotta make sure there's space for, paint and top coat and paint and top coat and such. The many layers of baloney that you have to put on top to make it look more fancy. It's making it to where there's the separation of church and state, also known as gum and tooth. Let's see, but I do want these to be a little bit more similar in size. I do like the way that that this one looks, because it's got like the nice thick gum going on it. But then the other one is very thin, and it's very sad looking. But as you can tell, the tongue is going to hit it, so, you know. Problems. Let's see, how does that look? Alright, so that looks good for that one. That looks good for that part. Let me make this look a bit more smooth. I do need to put some, hole filler up in the, these cracky bits, these corner bits. Because I just kind of fit a circle into the triangle before, so it has a bit of space here. Now there is a filled corner in comparison to the unfilled corner. So it will look a little less awkward, and it'll have a bit more structural integrity, but more importantly, it doesn't look awkward, and that's the main point. Get a little bit of this one. I smacked you again. Too bad. Another close test. So it definitely closes. I am a little sad about the gum size, but I don't think I have much I can do about that. I mean, I can make it look bigger by just shaving off part of this tooth, I suppose. Yeah, just shave a little bit. Oh, these little play bits out of here. Press them down over the tables and all they want to do. It's looking ugly. Let's fix over here. A little smooth out the imperfections. Sorry, I'm smacked you again. Let me move this over there a little bit more so I'm less likely to run into it. on how long I've been doing this kind of art, well, I would say the first time I did a mimic was, I think it was 2 years ago, and I gave it to Bailey, the other person in chat. I've made 3 more of these since then, but that was more recently than otherwise. But as for art in general, and say I did a lot, basically all of the art classes back in high school, which was some of them were ceramics and some of them were 3D, as well as 2D, obviously. But the 3D ones were where I more so realized that that 3D art was kind of fun. And then that was back in, I was in college. I was in high school from 2010 to 14. Yeah, the ginormous one that I gave to Bailey has, I gave it to her with 70, I do believe, dice in there, and she shoved some more sets in there since. This one obviously cannot hold nearly as many, but that's not necessarily the point of this one. I feel like this one is the, just a couple of your favorite die, like you use this one a lot or something. Or it's like in Magic, you have the D20, you know, for your health and stuff, so maybe this one is just holding your life. Yeah, and then you could always get, a mini chest, or a mini set of dice, because then you'd be able to fit more, because they'd be miniature sized. Now, the separation line. Over on the side is still a little wet, so when I tried to do that, it got a little I think. So I'll come and clean that up a little bit more once it's hardened a bit, but we got these two. Trying to make it to, that's got some good shadows. But then, so let me get rid of some of the crusty bits. I don't have too much, but just a little bit. Let's see, so we have seems good.
Looks like it's pretty good. Thank you. Yeah, in case you're wondering, I am slamming it closed to confirm that it has plenty of space for once I add all the other layers on top. Because if it doesn't fit now, it's not going to fit later. And doing it more obnoxiously makes it to where it leaves more indents in the bottom, so it's easier to realize that it needs to be moved. So if I just do it gently, then it's going to be hard to tell. It's pretty good. I don't see any other indents. Alright, so let me get rid of that. Bailey, the other chatter, has decided that we will do the orange eye for this one. I'm just gonna set him out right there. Put him in, push him into the clay. Go. Grab some clay to become the eyelids. Grab a bit of water because that bag is getting a little dry. And just as earlier, I'm just smooshing it down and folding it and smooshing it down and folding it until it becomes the size and such that I want it to be. Having a piece fall off because it apparently was not connected very well. That's good to know. I think I will grab. It's always easier to have too much than it is to have too little, so a bit of water just to make sure that it doesn't dry out on me. Try to crack up a storm. Super not helpful. I think this doesn't look too bad. So he's a bit flatter, a bit smoother in comparison to me using my fingies, which will not make it quite as even. Nice and flat, nice and flat. And then let me use, let's see, what do I have around for options, but I'm trying to think of what the best option is. So I could always just use this eyeball is randomly bigger for some reason than all of the other ones. So I will use him as my reference. Not perfect, but it's close enough. There for now. Cut this in half for now. How it looks. Here. Oh. Notifications, my god. It's kind of obnoxious. So there's that for now. Obviously not done.
clay buildup on the end of this tool. By smooth out, I mean not this preliminary section of blending these edges, because I know you can't quite see, but they're not very blended yet. You'll see in due time. All the way. Trying to pinch my eyelid. Like I'm not trying to move it, I'm just trying to shape it. So much visibility in this guy. Yeah. I grab my low ball guy. Say that the song sounds like it's DVD right now. Or at least it did. Now it just sounds spoopy. Let's get to where this is not quite so ugly. I'll show you in just a moment. I just have to blend until I feel like I'm fully about to show you to see if it's ugly still. Grab my fine liner of sorts. Put this little piece of clay off, that'd be good. Top lid doesn't look too bad. The autofocus will not autofocus, by the way, because it likes to sometimes focus on things that are irrelevant. So I have it where autofocus is turned off. Make this other eyelid a little bit more wet. It wants to break on me. Would be nice if it didn't do that. Lord, so many notifications. Oh, but thank you for subscribing. I got a notification on my watch. Thank you. I appreciate it. We're going to attempt to make these a more regular occurrence, so if you want to continue watching, it should be more frequent. And let me just mold this eyelid a little bit more, assuming that it could stop ripping a little bit, because it's just a little bit, since it was sitting there for a second. Doesn't look too bad. What do you think? Let me grab my... I keep accidentally assaulting the microphone when I go to flip my thingy down. That's the word. I apologize for slightly assaulting you guys every now and again. Hope that it's not too terribly annoying. Blended, but I don't want it to be too blended, but you'll find out how this bottom lid will look currently as to why I'm not blending it completely. I don't think you guys can't really tell at this particular moment, but that is okay. You don't have to know everything all the time. I'm gonna grab one of these itsy bitsy little baby circles. You can't even tell, it's a fucking baby of a circle. See some... You guys can see it, but there's just a bunch of play dust in the air now. Alright. Kind of a droopy eyelid of the bottom one, so he's kind of like a... kind of sleepy. Hasn't had a whole lot of good sleep, Mr. Mimic. Hard to see, but at the same time, it's not too terrible, I feel. Cool. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. See anything else? It looks pretty good. 5 o'clock. We have been scrim-stramming for 3 hours.
It's not too bad. 3 hours of work. Let's see. It looks pretty good. A little spots to just make a little bit more. Reminding me that it's 5. I think this one looks pretty good. I will show you once again. Get some more of the clay dust off my hands, so that way there's a little bit less clay on the outside. But so we have tongue and two little teeths. Starts off closed with its very clay-covered self at the moment. Opens. It's pretty good for now. So I think I will leave this one here for now, because this is about as much as I can do on this one. And then I will probably not be here tomorrow, because I am going over to Bailey's house. But so, things that you will probably miss, because I won't be here tomorrow. This is going to start to dry, so I'm going to apply some handy-dandy glue. And make it to where it fills in all the cracks, and makes it to where it doesn't shrink quite as much as it would if I just did nothing. So I will assault this with lots of glue, and then when I come back, I will clean off the outside of my box a little bit. And then, so I'll see you guys on, not tomorrow, but let me double check what I'm doing on Saturday before I try to say what day I'm coming back. Assuming my phone wants to come on. So on Saturday, I have something from 2 to 4. Let's see. I will probably be back on Monday, just so that way I have plenty of time to do stuff. So Monday, I'll come back. This should be fully dry by then. That's so much time from now. And then we will paint it. We will put our glossy top coat on it so it looks all wet. And then add our hot glue, which looks like drool. So we will be back on Monday for that. And we'll see how long that takes to paint. We'll see what happens. Depends on how long it ends up going as to if I do anything else after that. But if it takes 3 hours, I'll probably just end it at that point. But so, make sure that you, if you want to be here on Monday, you remember, 1, that it's on Monday, 2, that you subscribe, get those little notifications, so that way if you want to be here, you can be here. But if you don't want to be here, then, well, I appreciate you for being here currently. I apologize that you don't want to be here next time. I'm kidding, but it's, I will be looking forward to seeing any and all of you on Monday. So I will see you guys then. Alright. Toodaloos. See you guys then. Bye.